Hi, this is Jim and Kathy Morgenstern. We want to share with you our trip to Jerusalem and to different parts of Israel that we took September of 2012. We hope you'll enjoy our journey with us. Thank you. This is the Western Wall, also known as the Wailing Wall, near the Temple Mount.
This is now thought of as one of the most sacred sites to Jews in all of the world.
And here are some Orthodox preschool children getting ready to go to class in a big synagogue nearby.
These are older boys studying the Torah and also some of the commentary to learn how to be a good Jew.
This is actually below the Temple Mount in the Wailing Wall in an ancient synagogue during the holiday season. These men are going to be reading Torah.
This man is praying at the Western Wall, and our prayer for him is that he'll truly find the God that he's praying for, Yeshua HaMashiach.
Later on, we went to the Christ Church, and this is the garden out the back of the church that is absolutely magnificent.
This is the entryway into the garden, and as you see, it's so narrow we can barely get through, but that's really common in Jerusalem.
And here's the Israel Museum, where the Dead Sea Scrolls are housed, and this is similar to what the pottery looked like where they found the scrolls.
This is a grocery store near the kids, and as you see, they have yummy, yummy Nestle ice cream for sale.
And here we are going to the residential part of Jerusalem to where John and Abra live.
John and Abra took us by their old apartment, and it's very small. We got to see inside.
And this is the outside of their new home, where they're going to be taking in students that will need to be discipled and who want to learn.
Don't laugh, but this is how the patio areas look during Sukkot. This is a sukkah, which means an outdoor tent to celebrate a holiday.
And here are John and Abra on the front steps of their new home.
And Grandma is getting to know Shimshon, whom you can barely see, in the kitchen where John and Abra put out really delicious meals.
And just outside the first floor of their home, they have a big, beautiful patio area that overlooks the city, and it is really spectacular, the view. And here, they're actually having the dedication of their home a few days later, and this is actually on the roof of the house with 70 people present. Enjoy the video.
It's not going anywhere.
This is the Greek monastery of the Holy Cross, which is 100 years old and is near John and Abra's home.
This is a brand new grocery store that's also near their home, and we had so much fun shopping along with them, but I kept losing Jim down the aisles. He was taking pictures of things like this. And things like this. Jim, where are you?
I'm here. Here we are in East Jerusalem. We are at the Hebrew University, and we're looking at the Arab quarter of the city, where a lot of the houses are very old.
This is a close-up, and as you can see, some of these buildings are made out of cement. So this part of the city is very different from where Abra and John live. It's all stone.
Now we're coming into downtown Jerusalem. This is John and Abra's congregation, Shemen Sasson, right on Hillel Street.
One of the things we enjoyed most about being there was watching John as he shared in worship and leading worship there at the congregation.
Enjoy this. In the old city of Jerusalem, we also have some modern conveniences. This McDonald's is made out of Jerusalem stone, and you might see the violinist in the foreground who is playing for donations.
If you go inside, you'll discover that it costs 49 shekels for a hamburger. That would be equivalent to about $12 American.
And the light rail system that was just put in 2 years ago goes basically across the whole area of Old Jerusalem.
And even the Orthodox young people are into the modern things. Here we see a young man all dressed up in his Orthodox attire talking on his cell phone.
And while you're in the city, you will see these young soldiers carrying automatic weapons that are there to protect everybody and anybody from whatever could happen.
Here's an outdoor Arab market. It's called a souk, and it has wonderful things, food and toys and clothing.
And tons of produce, just about anything you'd want, all grown in Israel.
Even flowers to take home and decorate.
And for you candy lovers, of course, gummy bears.
Gummy worms. Then we took a trip to Jericho, and this was the first thing we saw along the way. Camels. These look like they might be hooked down to some kind of a stake, but many of them are just wandering free. Then we got to the reason for coming to Jericho, and that was to see this dig that had been uncovered by Shimon Gibson, a very famous archaeologist who was there with us that day, telling us all about Herod's winter palace there on the wadi that runs through the town of Jericho. Notice the way the bricks are at kind of an angle. We found that very interesting and different from any other kind of structure that we had seen since we were in Israel. This is the spa, the hot part of the bath, and the most favorite of everyone in Herod's circle. This is an indentation in the wall of the spa, probably a place where they would put a statue of a god like Zeus, for example. Again, this is a close-up of the flooring. It's mosaic, and if it was still painted, you would be able to see some very beautiful marks. These are the stairs up to the swimming pool area, and they're the actual stairs that King Herod himself would have walked on. It felt very neat. Then there were many of these around, and these are foots of columns that had broken and been destroyed. And Shimon took us to another site that had been excavated in the 1950s. This is the wall of Jericho that fell.
And here's an Orthodox monastery. It was built on the side of the cliff, way up from the ground level.
And we met this family that day. They're Christians that are Palestinians, and we had wonderful fellowship with them. And to end our visit, we saw some peacocks. I did not know they had peacocks.
And now we want to share with you our